I just happened to run into a couple of fine ladies from BK. Would that be? You're from Brooklyn?
Best Star?
And I understand you read some books.
Oh, you's a piece of work.
You got the book in the bag. I'm scared of you.
What you scared of?
Whoa. So what's up? You read a few books.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite book? How about that?
Pushing Part 2, and then Kingpin.
To Live and Die in Harlem.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. And
because it shows your family.
My name's Tina.
Tina.
Yeah. I like all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. So, what is it about my books that's different?
Claudine,
what is it about my books that's different from other books?
Well, your books keep it real. It tells you about the street, like Triple Threat. It told you what was going on. Triple Threat was good.
Really?
Yeah. The females in Triple Threat had it going on. They were career-minded. They were grown up, you know, and they were all going through real things, real life.
Wow. This Triple Threat, where the woman takes her childhood issues out on men, and you know that's really very relevant today, right?
Puts it in her own hands, you know. She do what she got to do.
And what's your favorite book? I see you holding Platinum Dolls. That's bananas.
That's my favorite because I like all of them.
Right.
Because I can actually, when I read, I put myself there.
Right.
You know, so for me, I can actually see that. You know, I can really see that stuff happening. You know, I actually feel like I know those people.
So as far as authors go, how do I rate?
Well, see, you the thing by yourself because you got a whole list of different books.
Yes.
Right. You have a book that's coming out like you do labor pains or something like that. You just sit home all day and eat and write books. I mean, come on. It's like I got a thought right there. I got a thought right there. See, there are a lot of authors. You know, you have like the females. You know, and they have their things going on. But you run like neck and neck by yourself. Are you trying to run a race by yourself?
Well, actually, I'm trying to lead the whole pack.
Okay, well, the good thing about that is that you're letting them know that they can do the mysteries and the street thing, you know.
In other words, we like everything too. You know, just include us.
Kings and everything
right.
else. The people think that because the books are out here in the streets being sold, that they're always ghetto, and they're not always ghetto books. You know.
That's right.
You have mysteries. You know, you have different authors like Grace Edwards, who do mysteries in Harlem and stuff like that.
Right.
You have a lot of other authors that do other things.
Right.
Mystery writers. You know, the suspense writers, the ones that write
psychodramas,
right, the psychodramas,
like Triple Threat.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know that. They see the books out here in the streets being sold because it's a little bit cheap and people can afford them.
Right.
They figure, oh, those are all ghetto books. They're all not like that.
So is that why you say that to say that my books are definitely not the ghetto book, or?
No, well, see, people use that ghetto book thing and say, oh, they're the neighborhood books. A lot of the ghetto books that are out here, they're easier for the people to buy.
Right, right.
Because all the books are not always in Barnes and Nobles.
Right.
I mean, all the books that Oprah have on her show are usually in Barnes and Nobles. They're not all the way out here in all them books and stuff like that.
They don't have none of our books on Oprah.
They're starting to put a lot of the books, a lot of the black books in Barnes and Nobles now.
Right, right. Because they're making money.
Right, because they're making money. You know, and a lot of the quote unquote, you know, the other folks are starting to buy them out of Barnes and Nobles. They're starting to like them, and they're starting to know who you are too.
Because people can relate to those books that you have. For me, I think you fit every category. You know, you have a little bit of everything in your book.
Right. I have some street. I have some this, some that. Right.
That means that anybody can identify with it, whether we bougie or black or
thank you.
And they want
exactly.
They don't want to read it. You know, they get a little. They be like, oh, well, I'm not going to read that. But then they got a cover covering up your book. If you take the cover off your book, it's a I thought you'd read that. You know, and they're like,
exactly.
Oh, well, you know, I thought I would try to give it a try. You know.
Keep up the good work, though.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really
good work, though.
That's really important.
A lot of reading books now too, and that's a good thing.
Right, right. I'm trying to get them to read. It's not just the women's thing anymore.
No,
but it's the thing, like she said, when people see your books, the first thing they think is that
it's a girly book.
But when you first came out here, they were thinking you were writing prison books.
Right.
And you had to let them know.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I had a couple of friends living in the Bronx. You know, one of my friends. He said, oh, I know who Relentless is. A lot of folks are reading your books, and that's a good thing.
Right.
You know, a lot of teenagers are reading the books, and it gives them a little insight on the streets. You know, and that's a really good thing, especially the teenagers, the 14, 15-year-olds, junior high school kids, and they get a little more insight out here in the streets that what you see out here is not always what it is. You know, they get a better idea of reading it in a book than thinking it's easy out here to do it. You know, it's easy to see it, you know, but you can read it instead of doing it.
Right.
The books are becoming popular in the prison population too, because a little guy, my neighbor's son, asked me to send him some books. So I sent like 4 books. Now he's calling me like every other. Could you please tell her to send me some books? So you know, the books are getting popular.
So finally, as a last request, like you know, there's a lot of readers around the country that are watching these videos on my website. They're, you know, some read the book, some are skeptical, some think, you know, some are the bougie folks, some are the, you know, in final, what do you want to say to readers around the country that you're fine where you're at, readers around the country that might be interested in the books?
I say don't judge or make a.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Don't jump to conclusions, right, until you actually read the book up and read it.
Give it a shot. Read a chapter or 2.
Right.
That particular book you might not like, maybe you might like another book. You might not want to read Kingpin right away. You might want to read Platinum Dolls. One of those books out of the books, all the books you've written, one of those books is going to taste your appetite.
Yeah.
And maybe change your life.
And you might find yourself in one of those books.
One of the characters.
You read long enough, you're gonna find yourself somewhere in one of those books.
I love it. So thank you, Claudine and Tina. It was so nice to meet you.
Smiling at me, and my pulse starts to race. He's asking my name.